Alright, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day, a lovely night wherever you're from, and real quick before we get started, as always, I want to give a lovely shout out to the channel members on this channel. So thank you so much to these lovely commanders here that you see on screen. Thank you guys so much for your guys' constant generosity and support to me as always. It really means a lot to me, so thank you guys so much. And if you guys are actually interested in becoming a lovely commander yourself, if you are interested in any of these cute and lovely emotes, loyalty crown badges, you want a special role in the Discord, make sure to join the Discord. But as always, if you choose to do so, thank you so much. Just remember, that's not the only way that you can support me. Just watching the content like you are right now is truly the best way. Liking, subscribing, and commenting, everything really does help, so thank you guys so much. And for today's video, while we have about 5 days left for Sereniel and her partner banner, just in time to talk about it last second, just in case you're debating on whether you should go for it or not, because they are limited. We don't know how they're going to be working it going forward when it comes to reruns. But before we get to any of that, I want to give a lovely shout out to Smilegate for making this a paid promotion video. Without you guys, I wouldn't get these kind of opportunities, so thank you so much for the constant support. That being said, with these type of videos, anything I say is 100% of my own opinion. They don't get to tell me what I want to say, so that's just being transparent. That being said, let's start talking about today's video. Let's break down whether it's worth it to pull for Peko or not, whether you should be pulling, saving, what should you do? Let's talk about it. Now, first things first, the duration. Like I mentioned, we have about 5 days left as of recording right now for Sereniel and her partner, and it can be tough because CZN is a very expensive game. So when it comes to the low income or the free-to-play players, it just might not be worth it to pull, especially if you're saving up for other characters, especially since we know what might be coming for Season 2. A lot of great looking characters, you might want to just save your currency for that. But obviously with these partner banners, at least in CZN, it is guaranteed, so there's that little bit of buff. Whether you should be using your dupe currency or not is completely up to you. I don't think it's worth it ever for the partner banners, really. I personally want to just use my dupe currency on getting combatant characters, and it really worked in this case for Sereniel, so I think that's the perfect way to go. But also, when it comes to her actual kit that they made, it's really good. Even at base copy, you don't need dupes. If you are a whale, though, you can really maximize your Sereniel if you want to start pulling copies of the partner. For me though, I'm very content with just the base copy, but there is a great 3-star way to go if you don't really want to pull for it. When it comes to her kit, it's honestly really great. Out of all of the partner banners that we've seen so far, I definitely think that Peko is the best one, so kind of fitting that it is limited. It's definitely worth it in my opinion. But what does she do? So at just level 60, base copy, so basically E0 for her, what does she do? So her attack 113, defense +5, health 105, but she increases the assigned combatant's attack by 8%, and then when the assigned combatant's card moves from the graveyard to hand, you gain 1 repair complete. And then what repair complete is an additive plus 10% damage amount to the assigned combatant's attack cards with a maximum of 3 stacks. So this number will definitely change if you get more dupes, but just for the base copy, plus 10% damage to the assigned combatant's attack cards. But because of the max 3 stacks, that can be up to 30%. And for a lot of Sereniel's cards, you can get it from graveyard to hand, especially her homing lasers. So this will definitely benefit her. And then her final part, which is increasing the damage amount of the assigned combatant's attack cards that are used against ravaged targets by 15%. That's a great bonus for her. And since you're always causing ravage to enemies with someone like Sereniel when you're spamming, definitely a great character to have. But one thing I do want to compliment them on is her ego skill. Her ego skill is definitely unique in the sense that it doesn't really do damage or anything, but it's more of an upgrade card, especially for Sereniel, that I think is very handy. And it's when an ally inflicts ravage, 1 overclock to the assigned command 1 time per turn. What is overclock? If you click it, overclock adds plus 25% critical chance for 1 turn. Critical chance in this game especially is really important to do a lot of more damage, to try to proc that more. That's fantastic. So if you already have a high crit chance, adding this plus 25 as well is just going to be amazing for that turn to try to maximize Sereniel's output. But you have to keep in mind that it has to be an ally. So because of that requirement, you have to be careful with the timing and know that one of your allies are going to be able to break the ravage, so you can take advantage of that little bonus. But other than that, what is your alternative if you don't really want to pull for this? Because it sounds great and stuff, but it's just expensive. What is your alternative? Your alternative is definitely going to be Yuri. Now, you get plenty of copies of Yuri. I mean, look at this, dude. I have so many. So many people are going to be able to maximize her manifestation just on this alone. So you are completely fine with using Yuri, but what does she do? Let's say at max ego. 100 additional effects. The assigned command's attack is increased by 16%, so you still get a good bit of attack bonus for Sereniel. And then upon the first shuffle, the assigned command's damage dealt is increased by 16%. So once again, you get more bonuses for Sereniel. It's a nice cop-out if you don't want to pull for Peko. And I think that's great. That's one thing that I will definitely give Smilegate some applause to, is that you really don't feel like you need to go for it, unless you're just trying to maximize everything as a whale or being really competitive with, you know, the new rifts that we've been doing and stuff. But for me, I'm content with getting 500k and just moving on. Seen a lot of great things with even like E0 Sereniel'S using like a maxed out Yuri. Still great stuff. The only difference is the ego skill, which can still be handy for Sereniel when you have a draw 2, because that just gives more drawing power. So it's not like you're really losing. It's just like a different way of getting some bonuses for Sereniel. So I still think it's good overall to have an alternative. I think the difference is that a base copy Peko is better than a maxed out Yuri, but a duped out Peko is so much better than Yuri. It's crazy. If you guys watch Gacha Tabi, he did show some like charts of the difference between having a maxed out one and a normal copy one. The difference is insane. So if you are an Omega Whale and you really love Sereniel, you might be interested in getting more copies of Peko because she can really maximize Sereniel even more. But for most people, you are completely fine with just going for this. Just wanted to show the difference and let you know what you want to go for. So consensus wise, I feel like if you really want to go for it, you have the funds, go for it. It's definitely worth it. A really great partner for Sereniel. If you're holding out, you rather use your currency on characters rather than the partners, completely fine with just using Yuri. Speaking of characters though, the final part I want to talk about for this video really quick is start talking about the new announcement of the new character that we are going to be getting once we get to Season 2 and move on from Sereniel'S banner, and that is the announcement of Narja. If you remember the final story that we had, we got introduced to them and everything, and it was really cool to see. I love her voice. Really nice story, so cannot wait to see her. Love her monster look and obviously the white hair. Kind of biased. Once again though, with these announcements, last second, we don't know anything, so farming is going to be a hassle. We're not going to have enough material for that. Very annoying, but I think they do this in Epic 7 as well, so it's unfortunate. I just wish we at least got the class and the attribute, so we know at least what to farm for those two. Like, the kit is fine, we can hold out, but like, at least give us that, you know, so we know what to farm. There's been some hints that it might be Instinct and help out with Sereniel, but don't take that from me, take that with a grain of salt. We'll have to see on the official livestream, which I will cover, because more than likely we're going to be getting that in the patch notes. Last dev video was really good. No more of the streamer stuff, so that was fantastic. But do let me know what your thoughts are. Did you pull for the partner banner? Did you not? Did you just go for Sereniel? Let me know. That is going to be it for me, so I hope you guys have a lovely day, a lovely night wherever you're from, and as always, thank you so much for the constant support, and once again, shout out to Smilegate for sponsoring this video. Without you guys, wouldn't be possible, so thank you guys for the support.